What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Iccy Showw. This is interview 455 interviews I've done in 3.5 years. We are international. I'm about to get DJ Bobbin Sightless from Texas. Give him a second to get on here, and we will start this Iccy Showw. If you want to be a guest on the Iccy Showw, inbox your girl Jackie Brown with 2 C's, I.E. Brown. I am booked until middle of July. The next interview after today is the 27th. With DJ DEF STEFF the Queen from Boston 617. The 28th, BKA from Virginia. April 6th, Jay Swags from Lynn, Massachusetts. The 7th, Young Sean from Louisiana. Also, June 2nd is the Iccy Showw 4-year anniversary. Young Sean is coming up from Louisiana to perform. There's no more tickets. You need to have a ticket at the door, tight security. And Papa Canyon is also performing from California. I will be serving lunch, and it's free. And thank you for everyone that has supported the Iccy Showw that got the tickets. We got rid of 50 tickets, and I'm very thankful. I still have the Iccy Showw gear for sale, the spring wear, and I got the shorts on deck, and this is last year's gear, so salute. Definitely, I love it. This is when I did the polo shirts. And I apologize about that. Also, on the 13th, Kasner Buzzy from Brooklyn, New York. The 15th, Andrea. The 20th, Third Eye. The 21st, Nice By The Way. 24th, Bugsy from Boston 617. 25th, Rap Star. The 29th, Insane. So that's the lineup for the next 2 months, and like the list goes on. Also, I got the Iccy Showw, these notebooks. It has 100 pages inside the notebook, and it's a great quality. You can see it close up. So I got these on deck. I got, I think 7 more. We just got 10 in, and I just sold 3. So these are $7.99 plus shipping and handle if you need them shipped. It's about an 8x10, I would say, how big it is. So again, shout out to your boy Nicest Custom Clothing Store. If you see any of my stickers anywhere, they are all over the world. If you see them, they're in Italy, they're in UK, they're in Canada, they are in Cali, they are in Mexico, Texas, Louisiana. If you see my stickers, please take a picture with it, and I will send you a free Iccy t-shirt. Just let me know your size and your address, and I will ship it right out to you. Everyone that got an Iccy shirt, please take a picture for promo, send it in to me, so I could put it together. I'm putting a commercial together for the Comcast that I'll be on very, very, very soon, so salute. So we just waiting for this DJ to get on here. Tune in every Tuesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time for Bible studies. Also, tune in on Saturdays, 11 a.m. Eastern Time for cooking episodes. I am doing 100 episodes of my cooking from my cookbook to show you. So when the cookbook comes out, you'll be like, oh, I want to get that cookbook. So that looked delicious, how to make it. So that's the reason why I'm doing it. Also, I got my new Iccy Showw coming out in June. It's called Iccy Showw Reunion Lost Angels. And it's about if you have a lost loved one and you want to be on your show to talk about, you know, how you didn't get to say your goodbyes. And it's kind of like a closure. Because at funerals, you know, you're crying and things like that. So I want my show to be able to, you know, relieve your emptiness. So I'm just waiting for this DJ to get on here. So what's going on? Happy Thursday to everyone. Check out last night's interview with Sevens from Boston 617. Go request him if you are a manager. He is looking for a manager if it's right, and trust me, he's put the work in for years. So I suggest that he get signed. That's just a recommendation. I've been seeing him since 2009, putting the work in this music industry, and he has his own podcast now. I got some exclusive interviews that will be popping up. I'm not going to be promoting those. You just have to stay tuned. That will be probably within the next month. I'm hoping after my surgery or before my surgery. So stay tuned because I'll just announce it the day of. I look forward to doing those interviews. Also, Get Fly with 2 Ys. That web series is coming out at the end of this year. And I am going to be in Texas in June for 2 movies that will be coming out. One's a sci-fi movie, so salute to Mr. Sandman. Stay tuned. I am actually going to be in a music video with someone big. I can't announce it yet, but stay tuned. I'm very thankful for that invite. So I'm looking forward to being in that. And that interview I'm going to be doing is amazing. I'm so thankful. God is great. So we're just waiting for this DJ to get on here. We're going to give him a couple more minutes, and hopefully he gets on here. So if you want to be a guest, inbox me. My interviews are $50. And also, put the countries in the states that you are tuning in from. So let me go get my other phone. Give me a second because he's not on here, I don't think. Yeah, so he's not on here. So just give me a second. I'm going to go call him from my phone. Stay tuned. Just stay on here. Give me a second because he should have been on here. Hold on. What's going on, everyone? I'm just calling the artist right now. Hey, Peace Queen. I'm on air waiting for you to accept it. Facebook. Yes. Okay, thank you. All right, bye. All right, so we're going to give him a second to get on here. I apologize for people waiting. So we're just waiting for him to get on here. You didn't get the add-in? It's on there. The invite. Here we go. Hey, welcome DJ Bobbin Sightless from Texas. How you doing tonight?
Can you hear me?
Hello?
Can you hear me? Can't hear me?
We can't hear you.
I'm wondering why you can't hear me, because I got everything cut up.
We're just having some technical difficulties. I apologize for everyone waiting.
Still can't hear me?
Power off.
Can you hear me?
Can you turn up your volume?
Yes, turn all the way up. It's all the way up. Can you hear me?
Can you come a little closer so we can hear you?
How about we do this? Up close and personal.
Okay, there we go. How you doing?
I'm all right, Queen. How about yourself?
Good, good. Peace King. How did you start to get into this music industry?
Well, way back in the day. With the railroad tracks and all of that. When we were still packing vinyl in crates and doing the 1200s, the Technique 1200s. That's when I started. I was actually packing crates and turntables across the border into Mexico from San Diego.
Okay, okay. How was that going across the border all the time?
Oh, it used to be going every Friday and Saturday. It was just a workout though.
Mm-hmm.
3 crates, 2 turntables, a mixer,
Yes.
bag of plugs. So it was a workout.
What made you go to Mexico out of all the countries and states?
Well, Mexico, they had this big club over there called Club Excess. And that's where everybody used to go for the weekend in San Diego, LA area, pretty much like all of California. They would come down for the weekend and go over across the border. So we had this record pool called Baby Paw Record Pool and Promotions. So we used to do promotions for like a bunch of different record labels, from Rap-A-Lot to No Limit, Columbia, and we would take a lot of the artists across the border.
So have you ever been signed to a record label?
Never been signed to a record label.
Is that something you're not looking for, or is it just not like no one reached out to you yet?
No one reached out. I keep my grind going. I'm not a quitter. Never have been, never will be.
Yes, yes. I see you spinning on Facebook. I'll be seeing you. What days do you be doing that?
Since Facebook cracked on us pretty much where we can't really go live, they mute a bunch of the lives. So I go on ByGo now, where they don't mute it. I also have a page on Twitch, but in order to catch the mixes, you have to be there with me live. Other than that, they mute that as well.
Yes, I know. Everybody wanted me to switch to Twitch, and I'm glad I didn't, because I've been hearing a lot of bad things about Twitch recently. Everyone wanted me, go to Twitch, and I'm like, nah, let me see how it works out first. You know what I'm saying? I started with MySpace. I'm old school, and then I'm bringing MySpace back. I'm actually gonna open up a new account very, very soon on that, and because honestly, MySpace hasn't really died out. It has, but it hasn't, because if you go to doctors' offices and hospitals, they're still using MySpace. And people in the industry, they're still using MySpace. So it really hasn't really died out. You know what I'm saying? Just people want to upgrade, like, the different programs, like Facebook came, and then Twitch came. There's another one that came, not Instagram, because Instagram, they don't say, okay, you go live on Instagram, but they don't save it. It just stays there 24 hours, and they deletes out of your off your page. And I feel like, that's not a good program also.
It must be something totally against DJ Asiatic, because every one of them that I go on, I always get muted. Like after I finish doing my live, then I save it to my phone, and when I go back to listen to it again or I share it, all of my people are telling me that it's muted, like they can't hear it. So it kind of defeats the purpose.
Yeah, that's sad, because I feel like, honestly, I feel like music is a healer, like a soother, like instead of a prescription, it soothes people mentally. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that they should make exceptions if you own the music, or if the music is on YouTube. or if the music is on another platform, why not let the DJs use it, you know, to let people, you know, relax their mind. Like I go to music when I'm having a bad day. Oh, trust me, I'm blaring that music and I'm going, that's my soother, you know what I'm saying, for me to woosah. And I know that I'm not the only one that feels like that. So I feel like, you know, if the music is on all platforms, why not let the DJs spin it so people can woosah? You know what I'm saying?
To me, it really, it baffles me because, to be honest with you, the whole hip hop movement started with the DJ. You know, the DJ would go outside and plug up to a pole or whatever, play some music and mix it up and instrumentals. Here comes the rappers. Boom. That started hip hop. So to have the DJ not be in the forefront or even just equal to the MC, where they could still be able to generate things through Facebook, through all of these social medias, if they want to go live, and especially with the COVID, the COVID-19, a lot of people are having to stay in the house. So that brings another form of entertainment for the DJs to be spinning live, and you get to hear different music. Also, what you said is 100%. It soothes the savage beast. If you're going through something emotionally or mentally during that day, it could be a certain song that touches you and vibes you out to the point where you're cool, calm, and collected.
Right, definitely. I see you got Old Dirty. I see Wu-Tang on the back of your wall over there. I see that over there.
RIH always. I'm a Wu-Tang lover from the beginning, still to now.
Why don't you reach out to some of the Wu-Tang management to ask them if they need a DJ?
Well, I know they got one cat that the one cat that does the verses, I think deals with them. But then I did have an affiliation with them through the Zoo Ninjas. It's two cats that was with the Zoo Ninjas that would come to San Diego that I met, and I did a video with them.
Okay.
The one brother, he had a I think it was Burnt Biscuit Productions.
Okay.
I forget his name right off top, but we're still friends on Instagram and everything. He still puts music out with the Wu and through the Wu and all of that. But he's affiliated with Old Dirty. I think it's like its cousin or something.
Okay. Salute, definitely. I was signed with Federal District Records last year. You should reach out to Nimrod. He goes by I'll send you his name on Facebook, but it's his personal page. But he's Wu-Tang management. And there's also Jimmy Kane from Worcester, Massachusetts. That he is Wu-Tang management. It represents Boston. So there's a couple of managements that I know of Wu-Tang that you should reach out to them and just say, you know, if you ever need a DJ, you know how it is, but I would definitely suggest Nimrod or Jimmy King and let them know the Iccy Showw sent you because, you know, they got several artists underneath them. So, you know, you could be a backup DJ, like say if they have a sick call or they're doing a show, because I know a lot of them are about to go on tour, I believe this year, if I'm not mistaken. That's what I remember the last I heard, a couple of them are going on tour.
You send me the links, I will definitely reach out, Queen.
Yeah, let them know I sent you so they know that I sent you. Because, you know, sometimes, you know, management be very busy and, you know, they don't have time, or, you know, people will be like, oh, I need you to hear this and hear that. Who got time to hear that? You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said mention my name, let them know. You know, it's crazy because I got a lot of artists. There's no disrespect to any artists, but they get pissed off with me if I don't say, oh, you know, I'll be like, I'm sorry, because first of all, I'm a single mom. I work and I do the Iccy Showw. I got the cooking show. I do the Bible studies, and I'm an actress. So how do they expect me to stop and drop like whatever I'm doing to listen to the music? No disrespect to the artist, and I know you know this because you're a DJ, and I'm sure you get music all the time. Listen to my music, bro. Listen to this. Listen to that. And you know, not for nothing, they call me a bro, and I'm a female. I'm a queen, and
Yes.
I get lit. Like when they say, oh, bro, I'm not your bro, first of all. Second of all, I'm a female. So respect me as a female and don't get mad when you turn around and don't listen to the music. Like, people have lives. And, you know, I manage an artist. And you being a DJ, I know it's hard because I'm sure you get artists that say, yo, bro, listen to my music, listen to this. And they get mad. How do you feel? Do you get music thrown or artists throw music at you like that in your inbox?
I don't get it in my inbox. I actually get it live, Queen. Like, I'll be DJing at a club and the local cats will come up there with their music, and they don't really understand that once you go into Serato and you start DJing, then when it's time for them to come with their little chip thing and you're supposed to put it in, it's supposed to pop up, sometimes it closes your whole program down.
Yeah. And that's
You know?
funny you say that. Well, not funny, but it's, you know, it's weird that you say that because the artists don't understand when you bring that chip, they can contain viruses and that can shut your whole thing. I had a DJ I was managing a few years back, and this artist kept, bro, put this in, and it's like, okay, slow it down, because I was managing the DJ and he was spinning at the time at the show. So here you are affecting him by, you know, interrupting when you should have been already ready. You know what I'm saying? And these artists expect you to drop everything what you're doing, especially at the show. You as an artist, not you particular, I'm saying, but as an artist, you need to be ready for these DJs because they gotta focus when the next song is coming on, scratching that song if they're scratching, or hitting the button, whatever they do. That's a lot of focus. And you gotta, you know, have the songs rhyming, and you know, they think that it's all about them. And you know, not for nothing, you know, DJ's work is a lot of work, especially if you're hosting a mixtape. Have you ever hosted a mixtape?
I've did a few mixtapes. I did a
And
few
was it
mixtapes.
overwhelming for you as a DJ supposed to doing a show?
Well, really, it's not too overwhelming unless people are there with you. The people want you to do it a certain way instead of giving you the ball and letting you run with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's really how I feel. And that's really in music in general. Like, come talk to me, tell me what you want, how you want the mixtape, and then get out the way and let me put it together. If
Right,
you don't
right.
like it, then come back. I'll do it again.
Mm-hmm. Because like an artist records a song. A DJ, that's your job. So it's like, you know, I feel like they try to overwhelm a lot of DJs, and that's what I get feedback from DJs around the world saying, you know, this artist is like really like forcing it. And it's like when you go to a show and you're at a club and you're DJing and an artist comes and like, yo, bro, play my song. But you have to respect the DJ, because you know a lot of these artists do not respect DJs, and DJs are the ones to make the music get out there.
Yes.
And they don't realize that. That's important to know. And I tell artists all the time, you got to respect the DJ. The DJ's doing his job. He will play your music, give him time. And you know, sometimes they get all rowdy with me, but I have my security with me, and they'll be like, yo, chill, or you're gonna get out of here right away. And they'd be like, oh, you're a female, you don't know anything. I've been in this music industry since 2008. I know a lot in this industry, and I've been around a lot of different people. And it's like, you know, artists are very pushy. And back in the day, everyone showed more love, not hate. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And like, if you, as a DJ, if you're playing a particular song, do you ever get people come up to you and say, yo, bro, put something else on, we don't want to hear that?
Put something on that I know or that we know.
Yes, yes.
You know, and a DJ is an innovator.
Mm-hmm.
He don't just play the songs that just you know. I mean, it's maybe 100 people up in here,
Mm-hmm.
and each energy is different.
Mm-hmm.
So now, if I play like Nas, you know, it it changes the club up, and that's what a DJ is supposed to do. He's not supposed to stay on like one certain vibe to get the club tore up.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to play a few songs to get them rowdy, some up to date for the youngsters. Then you're supposed to play something R&B for the ladies so they can get their groove on.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're supposed to play something for the older brothers that's up in that it when hip hop first started.
Mm-hmm.
The whole situation is like there is no respect for the DJs,
Yep.
especially with the younger crowd. The
Yes.
younger crowd do not understand what it is, because nowadays it's just push a button.
Yes. Yes.
Just
Facts.
push a button, let my song play so I can sing along with it. No cuts, no scratches, no blends, no nothing. Just let it play. That's boring.
Right.
You know, you got to
How do
allow
you,
the DJ to do his thing.
right. Right. How do you feel about the new generation? How the equipment is for the DJs, like pressing a button instead of scratching. I feel like that is not no disrespect to any DJ out there that does use that program or whatever. But I feel like scratching is the way to go. Like you want to hear it, you want to feel it, like you want it like inside your blood, like you know what I'm saying, like to get it going. But this when I was actually disappointed when I seen that at the club, the DJ just pressing a button. It was like this big, and they were just sitting there pressing the button. And I'm like, what? This is not music. This is, you're taking away the DJ's job when the DJs really get the crowd going at a baby shower, at a wedding, at a proposal, or at a bar, or at a nightclub. And how do you feel about that?
It messes the whole game up, because that one DJ that does that could go in there and say that I'll do this for $25 and a bar tab of $25. So now then when you get the real DJs to come in there that cut and scratch and do really all the elements of DJing, they're being underpaid. They're being underappreciated.
Right.
A lot of the crowd don't understand what they're doing, how they're manipulating the music, the different blends. A DJ is supposed to, how could I say it? He's supposed to add fire to the song. He's supposed to add extra. So that when the people hear it, it's more like, oh, what is he mixing in with that? What is that? You know, that's the reaction you want. But the younger crowd don't understand none of that.
Right.
And I blame a lot of it on the record labels. Because if you are generating movement for the MCs, that education needs to be given to the MCs about the DJs, because they work hand in hand. If you do not give the DJs their props, but you'll go down there and give them $500 to play the song, you're belittling them. You're keeping them on the shelf, to be honest with you, the DJs.
Yes. I miss breakdancing. I miss that.
I miss breakdancing. I miss the B-boy summits, the graffiti art.
Yes.
That's the problem. Like all the different elements, they've taken all the elements out, and the only thing that matters now is the MC. And the MC has to be, he don't even have to be talking about current events. It's just about what's going on in the hood. You know, hip hop is bigger than just the hood. And if you only think the hood, your mentality is not broad.
Right.
Music was meant to open us up.
Yeah, it's true. It definitely is. I remember back in the day being in the hood and at the basketball court, and he was a DJ, but he was actually had the milk crates, and he had a big speaker, and he would be over there and people break dancing on the basketball court. And you know, people just enjoying life, like getting along. It didn't matter what set you're from or what hood you're from, you're gathering together, and the DJ was letting everybody, you know, vibe out and playing all types of music. And Wu-Tang back then was a lot, you know, you would hear a lot of Wu-Tang, you would hear Bone Thugs and Harmony, you would hear, you know, that type of music. And you know, I had a DJ, old DJ on here. I don't know if you watched that episode, and I was actually embarrassed for him because I mentioned Wu-Tang to him, and he's an OG, no disrespect to him, but he's like, Wu-Tang, who's Wu-Tang? And I'm like, how do you not know Wu-Tang if you are from Brooklyn, New York, one, and two, how do you not know Wu-Tang? Like, Wu-Tang is a major hip hop.
How do you not know Inspector Deck? How do you not know Ghostface? How do you not know Raekwon? How do you not? Come on, man. Come on.
Yeah, I was actually, I felt bad for him because then he started talking crap. And I said, listen, one thing is, you're a DJ and you're OG, because he kept saying he's an OG and he's from Brooklyn. And he was saying, I didn't know what I was talking about when I brought Wu-Tang up. And I said, Wu-Tang is one of the original hip hops. It's like, no, you don't know what you're talking about. You're part of the younger generation. I'm like, no, I'm trying to make you look good right now, because Wu-Tang has a lot. They do a lot for the community, a lot for the children, and they put a lot of people on, and it's positive. And he's like, I never heard of them. I'm like, you're from Brooklyn, New York. You need to go do your research on who Wu-Tang and Papa Wu, R.I.P. Papa Wu, you know? And he's like, who's that? And I'm like, he's an OG from Wu-Tang. And how do you not know? You from Brooklyn, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, I wasn't dissing him, but, you know, he tried to like be like one of those OGs that knows everything. But I was trying to let him know, you know, Wu-Tang is very, how would you say, they're for the people, you know, and they like to help out a lot. And, you know, I was very shocked as a big DJ that he never heard of Wu-Tang.
So I could imagine if you would have bought up Diamond D, Law Finesse, Showbiz, and AG,
Yeah.
Big Pun. I mean, come
Right.
on, man. But when you say OG, once again, there's a lot of disrespect for that. Because even the youngsters feel like that they're OGs now because they may run a block. The whole mentality of the people and the music now is totally different. And it's no disrespect to the new movement, but there are other things that are going on in the world. There's other things that are going on in each individual's life, being a father, being, you know, all those things need to be talked about. That's really hip hop to me. The different things that we face every day, not just popping off a gun, not much how many cars we got, how much money in our pocket. Think about all the necklaces these brothers is wearing. Just one of those necklaces could feed the hood.
Yes.
Could change some things in the hood for the kids, man. I was watching Rampage, and Rampage was speaking on how a lot of the cats get the deals, the contracts, but they have the hood mentality of wanting the money so bad that they don't take the time to read the contract. And better yet, even get a, how did he say it? An artist lawyer, a manager, or something of that nature that really know how to break down the contract to help you to understand what you're getting into before you sign it. You have your partner there with you, the one that maybe helps you sell a little, you know, whoop de whoop to the people in the neighborhood. And he tells you to just sign it, man. Just sign it. We're going to get this money. We're going to get this money. And you sign it real quick. Now you signed your life away. You signed the rights away to your music, your royalties, and everything else. When you don't get the money that you feel you should get, you get upset. You get upset at the record label. This is a business. It is a business. And in order for you to know it's a business, you have to raise your business ethics.
It's true. It's so true. I'm always telling artists, before you sign that contract, before you sign your life away, get a lawyer, look at it, entertainment lawyer, that's what you need. And definitely look at the contract. I've turned down a couple contracts because I didn't like what I seen in it. And I'm not going to sell my soul when I believe in God. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing I'm not going to do. And I'm not going to sacrifice to kill somebody or anything like that out there, because, you know, I'm a mom. My children need me. That is my foundation. If I made my children, I need to be there for them. You know what I'm saying? And that's what the problem is. These young cats, you know, they talk about killing this, killing that, killing that. What about how you going to go to a school and you're going to perform at a school when you're talking about killing all the time? You think they're going to want you to perform at the school? No, they're gonna be like, I'm sorry, there's too much negative about killing. We need to make a change. These artists need to start rapping like Wu-Tang. They when they spit, they're spitting acknowledgement. And these cats need to start spitting about the alphabet. Go through the alphabet. I had one, actually I had two artists, and they listened. They took what I said, and they're doing some big things in this industry. When I was managing them, I say, take the alphabet, rap about the alphabet, go through A through Z, all positive. And trust me, you're going to make it better than talking about killing this and killing that, or running this person over, or raping this one. Who wants to hear that? I don't mind listening about, sometimes about, there's artists out there in the industry that I listen to that is, they talk about killing, but that's not all they talk about. And the new generation, they use the auto tunes, and the drill music is all the same. How about your natural? Like, I want to hear and feel it. Like, I love blues music, because blues, you feel the pain when they're performing. You
Yes.
feel it inside you. I've been to a couple of shows. I used to have a nightclub 7 days a week. So we would do one night country, one night blues, one night rap. And I'm telling you, there's some really great talent in country
Hmm.
and in blues that they don't get the acknowledgement, because all these other artists, the younger generation, talking about killing this and killing that. And if you're for your hood, you would want to make it less killing. You would want to make it more positive. Life is too short. Anybody that has made it through the pandemic these last 2 years, that was God's opening eye to those who survived it. And they need to take that acknowledgement. God gave you a second chance of life, not to go party all the time. How about bringing that love home, bringing in the love to your children? Your children are the next generation that need that love and that nourishment, that need that guidance. Why are you going to have a stranger, if you're not with your baby mama and with your baby daddy? Why would you want a stranger raising your child to give them the acknowledgement? And while you're out there partying, or I've seen so much partying going on, but people, like, really, I used to be out there a lot, but I was doing shows. I didn't have my kids then when I had the nightclub. But it's crazy how people just, like, forget about home. Home is your base. Why not appreciate what God has in your life? And these children, a lot during the pandemic, I've seen a lot of families break up, and it breaks my heart, because now all these, think about it, like in 5 years, all these kids, they're gonna have they're gonna need, like, psychiatrists. They're gonna need, it's gonna spike. I'm telling you, 5 years from now, you're gonna see, like, for the younger generation, because they're gonna be distraught of their family breaking up, and it's sad, because uh we're supposed to be there. And I understand families don't get along, you break up, or whatever the case may be, but always be there for your children. If you made the children, be there for the children. They're
Yes.
the seed, they're your seed. Nourish them, give them the guidance. It's important, because I see so many young kids when I travel around, and I see them getting younger and younger and younger in the streets, and it breaks my heart. I wish I could adopt all of them. No, I'm so serious. I really wish I could adopt all of them. If I had the money, trust me, my house would be four in a bedroom, four in a bedroom, because I'd rather protect the children than let them go and be locked up for the rest of their life by killing somebody to survival, you know?
Hmm. My whole mentality is like every child is my child.
Mhm.
That's really how I look at it. You know, I've been in two marriages. The marriages didn't work, but the most important thing is to make sure that when you run across a child, that you treat that child correctly. If he's yours, if he's not yours, because you want that karma, the good karma, to come back to whoever the queen chooses to be around your seed, to give that same reflection that you're giving to someone else to see.
Yes, that's important. And I always say too, like if you see someone at the register and they're paying, you know, a young kid under 18, we'll use 18 as an example. Under 18, if you see someone that's behind you buying a bag of chips or buying a soda, pay for it. If you can go and buy a pack of cigarettes, that's $20, almost $20 a pack of cigarettes. Why not buy that young generation? And you see them counting their change. There's a lot of kids with change in their hand. And it's like, you know, they probably asked to get that change, or, you know, they could have taken it from someone. And it's like, we got to be their provider. We got to be the ones that show them the right route instead of stealing, or, you know, help them. If we can help by just buying a drink or buying this, that you did your good deed for the day.
Well, that's
And
what I
you
see.
know, when they get older, they're gonna pass that down, be like, oh, when I didn't have this money and someone paid for me, I'm gonna do that. And we got to be the teachers for the next generation, and that's so important. And I keep on stressing that. People come up to me, oh gee, how come you're not at the club? Gee, how come you're not doing this? Gee, I want to be home. My home is my children. Why not enjoy what God let me have children? I mean, I'm a single mom, but I love being a mom. Like, I don't mind being home. I'm a homebody. Like, I pay rent, so why not be at where you pay rent? You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like, I just don't get it. I really don't get it with this generation. And, you know, I really wish that the younger generation would take our acknowledgement, because we've been through it. I'll be 44 in a couple months, and it's like, I've been through hell and hell water. I can write a movie just on my life. And it's like, I feel like God put me through those turmoils for me to be a preacher when I get older, like now, to teach the younger generation. And I'm thankful that I survived it. There's a couple of sticky situations that I shouldn't even be here right now, but I'm thankful I am. But it's like, you know, the younger generations think they're right with the music, for the drill music. The drill music, I'm not a fan of it. The auto tunes, I'm not a fan of it. I could have did a whole mixtape doing auto tunes. I'm not a singer, but these people really insisted me being on the mixtape. And I said, I don't sing. I'm a host. They're like, no, gee, you got it. You got it. And they were trying to practice me. So there was a couple of times that they had me do the auto tunes, and then they took the auto tunes away and I sang, and I didn't even know I could sing like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I feel like if we can put that to the younger generation and force it about, use your own vocals, use your own craft. Everyone has their own craft, and not everybody's a rapper, no disrespect, but there's a lot of rappers or R&B singers that think that that's it, it's them and that's it. And I'm sure you see it because you're a DJ, and I'm sure there's been songs that they passed to you and you're like, I really don't want to play this right now. This is going to screw the whole thing up right now. And it's like they get offended what you're telling them, but you're being honest with them. And I'm the type to be honest. I'd rather be honest than make you look bad being out somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to keep it 100%. When I first got here to Akron, I was doing my things, and actually a brother, shout out to Wes Tucker, One Love Always Wes. He had a club out here called the Embassy. And the first night that he had me to come up there and DJ, I was playing all kind of music. I wasn't just playing, you know, the young music or none of that. All kind of music. And he told me, he said, man, you're not going to be able to like turn up the young crowd. So when I came back the next night, I turned up the young crowd. So a DJ is supposed to be able to do everything. He's supposed to be able to touch everybody, man, not just one caliber of people. And that's what I was trying to show him. But in the mentality of people, it's more like you have to be a certain type of person. You have to be able, in order to be the best DJ in these little small towns, you have to talk over the music, shout out to big ballers in the city, you know, maybe, and I'm keeping it 100, snort a line or two, you know, be with the in crowd. If you're not with the in crowd and you do have skills as a DJ to cut and blend and scratch and all of that, you get blackballed. You get blackballed. I'm in this city and I should have, you know, gigs at different clubs around this city. But due to the fact I will not entertain the things that they want me to entertain, then I don't get those gigs. I don't get those gigs, but it makes me feel good inside as a man to know that I didn't sell out.
Right, right.
At the end of the day, I love this craft. I'm not just doing it for people to have me to come DJ in the club. I'm doing it because it brings me peace. Music
Yes.
brings me peace.
Mhm.
You know, it makes my day good. Even if I'm just in my basement, my man cave, and I'm doing my thing, making mixtapes. After I make that mixtape, I sit and I listen to it. I'm in my own zone.
Mhm.
So it means more to be in your own lane than to be a follower.
Right.
It means more. It means more to the self. It means more to the soul.
Yes. It's true. It's true. It's true. Do you know any artists from Mexico that are looking to be on a mixtape?
Um, it's been so long since I've been out that way. I haven't really kept connection. It is a few artists out here in Akron that I could probably like get together with and put a mixtape. One for sure, J Boy the Great. He actually came over and wanted me to put his mixtape together, but I had to go back to California. I was traveling back and forth, so I didn't have the time to do it.
Okay,
But
okay.
it is a few artists out here that really could have some substance and really could put a good mixtape together. Flames Oh God, shout out to Flames Oh God. Ren Fetty, Ampachinos, cats like that. I just really haven't been able to touch bases with a lot of cats because once again, it becomes to politics. If you wasn't born and raised in the city, they don't want to mess with you. You're an outsider.
Mhm.
So you got to either be seen in the club every night, just hanging out, kicking it, getting caught up in the bull crap, or doing something that they all are doing. And I refuse to do that.
Mhm.
You know, my mind state right now is exactly what you just spoke. When God blesses you with a home,
Mhm.
enjoy that home.
Yes.
It is
Amen.
your paradise, your peace. I
Mhm.
don't want to really go out and just hang out at no clubs unless I'm, to be honest with you, making money so I can pay my bills at my house.
Mhm.
It's
It's
hard
true.
for me to, it's hard for me to just go, just sit up in a club because I don't drink.
Mhm. Me either.
It's it's hard for me to see the youngsters. And the reason why I call you queen and I call every woman queen is just because I respect my mother. You know, I was raised in a family where it was just her. She
Mhm.
raised 5 of us by herself, 4 boys, 1 girl. I
Mhm.
seen her go and walk the male route every day. So that made me the type of man that I am now. Some of the queens, they laugh at me when I say peace queen.
Mhm.
But I'm doing my mom justice. She's my
Right.
shero,
Mhm.
and I respect her to the fullest. So every one of you, I respect to the fullest. You'll never get nothing negative out of me. Even the queens that I've married, and it didn't work out.
Mhm.
It's still peace queen.
Right, right. That's how I am. I always say peace king, peace queen, because I feel like we're all goddesses and gods. And people, females be like, you're not no queen, you're not a Latin king, this and that, or a Latin queen. And I'm like, it's not about that. It's about respect. And so, you know, some people take it the wrong way, some take it the right way. And all I'm doing is making peace. I respect, I feel we're all, like I said, goddesses and gods. And it goes back to the Egypt century, what I'm talking about. And if they knew their acknowledgement, they would know how they were all how I want to say it, they were all respected, as goddesses and gods. So that's why, like pharaohs, you know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
that's how I feel. I always carry mine on me right here.
Yes, ma'am.
So it's like, the way I'm saying is, we all you know, life's too short. We're not guaranteed today. We're not guaranteed tomorrow, especially with all this world going all crazy. And that's why I say we all got to pray more. I feel like if we all pray more instead of, you know, how do you say it? Like, if we pray more, I feel like we can worship, we can overcome the bad because God is on our side. But you have to be good. You have to, you know, respect as God would want you to respect, or Allah, or whoever you, what your culture is. But they're not talking about all this evil stuff. So, and that's another thing is, what if tomorrow's not guaranteed with your children? Like, you would feel awful. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, I love being around my children. Like, I get so excited knowing when they're coming home, when they're coming by, or, you know, whatever the case may be. Is my godchildren. I got 10 godchildren that I'm responsible, excuse me, for. And it's like, I feel like, you know, a lot of them, when they say, "Oh, I'm going to Auntie Gigi's," that's what they call me, Auntie Gigi's. And you know, when I hear that, I get all excited. You know, I see their smile, and it's like, you know, life is too short. And the younger generation, they take it for advantage, especially doing all these new drugs and stuff like that. Why throw your life away when, you know, it's getting younger and younger? And it's like, you know, God gave you opportunity. If you need that help, check into a rehab. It's okay. There's nothing wrong about checking into rehab. I'm for you to get help than to pass away in the streets.
The system was designed to pull us away from the truth. First of all, when we understand that God is within us, we have to live out what we're reading and what we're praying for. You know,
Right.
you can know the knowledge, but if you don't apply it, you're just as bad as the kids out here, just ignoring it.
Right.
And a lot of us as adults, we don't apply it. We don't even apply it to our kids. We would rather put them in front of a TV, a PlayStation, or whatever, so we can go and pop mollies and, you know, drink and do all the other things that are misleading the kids.
Right.
We have to be an example. And that example can't be us telling them to get up and go wash dishes. They have to see us washing the dishes. Like, we have no problems doing it. So therefore, you should have no problems doing it either.
Right. It's true.
Once again, I go back to my mother. She taught us how to earn things. She didn't just give me tennis shoes and things of that nature. When it was time to get well, I came up with the Chuck Taylors. They were the night. It wasn't no Jordans. So the Chuck Taylors, when you wanted them Chuck Taylors, you would go over to your grandmother's house. You would help her dig up the garden for the vegetables to be grown, and, you know, help her cut the grass.
Yes.
And then Granny would give you nice piece of watermelon to feed you a nice meal, and you'd go home, and then Mom would have them tennis shoes for you.
Yeah.
So you learn how to earn.
Yes.
Nowadays, the kids just expect it because you're their parents. They don't know how to earn it unless they go out on this corner and sell
Yes.
some drugs.
Right. I
That's
feel like
wrong.
the parents that aren't home, they're the ones are just giving, you know what I mean, to cover up them not being home. So that's why the kids expect it. Oh, I'm gonna get this if my dad's not here, but I'm gonna get it anyways. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And I feel like that it they're spoiled. Unfortunately, they're spoiled. And I remember when I first got my first $5. I was so happy. Like, I was so happy to get $5. And that's how bad it was when I was growing up. And never mind, these kids expect 20, 50, hundreds, and it's like
Yeah.
they expect Jordans, they expect this, they expect that. And you know, I'm grateful for my children because I raised them like how I was raised. You know, I didn't give my daughter her phone until she was 15 years old. And she was the only one. I felt bad. Like, now that I sit back and I'm be like, oh, I felt bad. She was the only one that didn't have a phone. And uh she's like, Mom, I'm the only one that didn't have a phone, da da da. And I did it for her. she's my only girl, but I did it for her to stay focus on her school. And I'm so proud of her right now because she's becoming a psychiatrist, and that's a hard job. And
Bless.
yes. And so I feel like, it was, I felt bad being a mom and saying, oh, you can't get a phone until you're 15, but responsibility, you have to be responsible. If you're not responsible, why am I going to get a phone for it to break and waste my money and this? I'm working hard for this. So being my own daughter, I didn't want her to be around boys. You know what I'm saying? I was really strict about that. And my mom was strict about that. But the difference between me and my mom, I was open with my kids. I talked about sex real young. I talked about, the drugs out there. I talked about, because I've been through hell and hell water. So I wanted them to be aware of it at a young age, of everything that was evil that was going on, so they didn't come across that, or they didn't, when my son was probably like 5 years old, somebody got shot right across the street from my house. The bullet came into my son's bedroom, and thank God it did not hit my son. I'm so thankful. But the point is, they seen some bad stuff happen being young. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I try to protect them as best as I can, but they seen some stuff already that I had no control of, if that makes sense.
It makes sense because God wants them to see that at that age so they would have some type of understanding. We can try to protect our children as much as we want to, but if God has something to show him or show them, he's going to show it to them. And then he'll provide them with understanding. That's how I see life every day we get up. And I tell my 3 boys that all the time, like, don't get caught up on, what's right in front of you. Keep your eyes open on everything, man.
Yeah.
Everything that you go through the course of the day, it's a lesson in it. Whether you get up and you lose $1 because you was moving too fast and forgot to put the dollar in your pocket, or you pull your change out, the dollar fell out, it's teaching you to slow down. Slow down and pay attention. Life is too short, so you have to pay attention to everything that's going on around you all the time.
I tell my kids too, like, you could be around, you think your friends are your friends, and then one of your friends could be having a bad day. And, you never know. They might bring a knife to school. They might bring a gun to school. Don't be around that. You don't want to be caught up in something that will take away your life that you work so hard to be where you're at. And, they're like, Mom, you're too overprotective. And I'm like, no, I've been through some shit. Like, I've been some real shit. And, it's crazy how life directs you in the route where you are. Like I said, there's been like 4 times I almost got killed, and like really almost got killed. And I'm grateful and thankful that I'm still here. But it's like what I've been through. That's why I taught my kids at a young age, what is right and what is wrong. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I had a paper route at 11 years old. I remember a paper route.
Throwing the papers.
My kids didn't even know what a paper route was until I said it and showed it and looked it up, because nobody gets the newspaper anymore. You don't see paper routes. The younger generation don't have that no more, and they need to bring that back for them, because that's a job, even though it wasn't that much money, but I worked hard for that job. And I felt good when I got that check, even though I think my check was like $32 or something like that, or 27. But that was back then. But at 11 years old, back then you could work doing a paper route. I forget how it worked, but it was so many years ago. But at least I had a job, and I was the only one that had a job. My friends would be playing, going to dances, and I would have to work. And they'd be like, you're a kid. Why is your parents making you work? Why are they doing that? That's not being a kid. And I'm like, listen, you know, I want to buy things. My parents can't afford it. So therefore, if I want something, I'm going to have to earn it. So I have to work.
Yes.
And, you know, that's why I feel like the younger generation now, like I said, unfortunately, the families are broken up. And these younger generations just get things thrown to them because the parents feel bad for them, that so they're buying their way out of being a parent while they're out partying. Does that make sense?
It makes sense, but it don't make sense. Because to be honest with you, once you have a child, your life is supposed to not stop, but that child is supposed to become right after God, because they're innocent. You have your innocence again. You've committed all kind of sins, and you know, as an adult,
Right.
your child is your image of you being innocent again. So as a parent, you would want to protect that and nurture that the correct way. A lot of us get caught up on ourselves, and I'm gonna say this: selfishness runs the world. A lot of the parents become selfish. A lot of the marriages fall apart because of the selfish nature of the individuals. You know, it gets away from getting things together as one.
Right.
And it becomes a selfish thing to where I don't need you. I can do this by myself. So if that's being taught to the children, that's what's messing up their mentality. Because now you feel like you don't need God. You don't really need nobody or nothing. You can be selfish, and you'll go out there and you'll get the things in the wrong manner. And we all have learned, like, the quicker you get money, fast money, you spend money fast. Fast you get it, fast as you spend it. So like the real major thing is to learn how to work for something, because when you work for it, when you grit and grind for it, you appreciate and value it more.
Yes. Yes.
So you're not going to just take the chance on losing it. You're not going to, if you had to grind for that bicycle by going to cut grass every day during the summer, you're not just going to let somebody get on that bicycle and ride it and put it on flat or tear it up.
Yes, it's true. It's so true. Even like, you know, what bothers me too is like, okay, when we have a snowstorm, you used to see all the kids in the neighborhood going around trying to get the $5, $10. None of these younger generations, because they're all on the technology. The technology, you see, when the snowstorms happen, next time I want you to see how many young kids you see out there. I remember when it used to be snowing, you would be going to the elderly. First thing you would do is go to the elderly house and say, do you need me to shovel? And unfortunately now it's like you don't see no young kids, not even the ones that are like playing with making snowballs or snowman or snow angels. You don't see that no more because it's stuck on the technology. And I'd be like, all right, give me the technology. I shut it down. Like when we go to dinner, when all my kids and I are going to dinner, or if I'm going with one of my kids to dinner, give me the phone. Give me the phone. I don't care how old you are, but we're putting the technology away. Like I'm not for technology. I'm old school. I'd rather be paper and pen and sit there trying to figure it out. My math with my 5 ones across and doing the math like that, because that's how I grew up. And the new technology, the way they're teaching kids in school is not the way they taught us. It's totally different. And I really feel bad for them, because if the system crashes, this younger generation is not going to know how to do multiplication. They're not going to know how to do division. They're not going to know how to figure out things on a pencil and paper. And I feel like, you know, every couple of months, the school should make it mandatory to go back and do pencil and paper, you know, to figure out math, figure out this problem or figure out that. Because we had to do it. We survived fine. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the coolest thing in today's world with the kids is learning how to cheat.
Yes.
And that's not just in school. I mean, it's in life.
Yeah.
How to cheat your way through life. Same thing with the DJ and how we were speaking about the technology and everything. It's about cheating. You know, the way we came up, you had to put in the hard work in order to earn the respect of your peers. That means your peers had to see you doing your thing after you've put in the hard work.
Yes.
So now you earn their respect.
Hmm.
Nowadays, everybody is on the cheat list. If you
Yeah.
know how to push the button correctly at the perfect time, and then you're the best DJ.
Right, right.
You know, just using that as an example. But
Yes,
it's the same
true.
thing with the youngsters with the guns and shooting and killing. If you know how to hold a gun correctly and you can go out there and you can catch a guy at nighttime and you pop him, a big name, now you're given a tag of being a shooter.
Mhm.
You done just took somebody's child, somebody's father, you know, somebody's brother, man.
Yes, it's so sad. Actually, matter of fact, Florida's on lockdown right now. They're state emergency in Miami because they had 2 shootings in 48 hours or something. I seen it right before I came on live to do your interview. I didn't see the full schematics, but Miami's on lockdown right now on state emergency.
Wow. I mean, when we
So
get off here, I'm gonna go look at that and see what's going
yeah,
on.
look that up. Definitely. I seen it before I just went on live. But I was thinking about it too, and I was like, yo, I never heard of a state going on a lockdown for a shooting like that. And then I'm like, maybe they should start doing that because maybe that will make people, before they pull the trigger, they're gonna be like, all right, we're gonna be in a lockdown, a curfew, or whatever the case may be. I think that that will slow down a lot of the shootings because I was sitting there and I was thinking about it. I was like, you know, when we had the curfew for the corona, a lot of families did break up. But salute to all the families that survived it because those are the strong lions.
Yes.
Those women and men that stayed together, that might have even made their relationship more stronger because they figured out how to love more or get to know a partner more that you didn't know, that you thought you knew but you didn't, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like those ones that got out of the relationship, they weren't ready to be locked down on a relationship.
I feel like that when two people meet, man and woman meet, there's two things that should not be in that equation. One is money, and the second one is sex. If you remove both of those things out of the equation, then you could see if you both can nurture one another.
Mm-hmm.
If it's real, you know how to exist without money and without, you know, the sex.
Mm-hmm.
That's what grows a relationship, is being able to sit down and talk on an intellectual level and also be able to solve the issues that y'all might have with each other
Right.
without money being involved or sex being involved. I want a best friend. I don't want somebody that I'm looking at and I'm turned on because of how big this is and how big that is. No, you don't have to have none of that.
Mm-hmm.
If we can sit down and we could talk like when we're young and then we get old, we're doing the same thing. We could just talk and laugh with each other. That holds more value.
Definitely. So how do you feel being a DJ? What is your best gig that you like to do as a DJ?
Hmm. Off top, old school hip hop
You said
infused
what?
with old school hip hop infused with
No,
neo
like I'm
soul.
meaning like uh christenings, weddings. Salute Dwayne, salute Kevin, salute to everyone tuning in.
I've done all of them, but to me, it's the house parties.
You like the house parties?
I love the house parties, but then for like, you know, the generation of the 90s, that level, because you really get
Yep.
to be yourself
Mhm.
and everybody's going to appreciate what it is that you're doing when you're DJing.
Right, right.
When
I
you get,
see you saying it. I could see house parties being a good choice because at the house party they could do anything in the house, but you see the people dancing, they're really enjoying themselves and
yes,
seeing the smiles that are natural. And I really see that's a good answer. If you could go back 10 years ago, where would you be in this industry? Would you still be a DJ or would you have done something different?
still be a DJ. I mean, I do production as well, but just the love of seeing it being done in the first beginning, like growing up in Texas, we only had one radio station that would play hip hop and everything, KTSU. And DJ Premier would be in between KTSU and Prairie View. So I only got to hear him on like a Friday or a Saturday night.
Mm-hmm.
So my love started back then as far as DJing, but I didn't know where to get turntables from, mixer, or none of that. It wasn't in Houston.
Mm-hmm.
So I ended up having to go to California.
Okay,
When I got to
okay.
California, I got to meet like shouts out DJ Jam, shouts out Truly Odd. Those are guys that I learned how to DJ from.
Okay, okay.
Doing the promotion thing, we would go up to LA, and I had a brother that I did the Baby Paul Ricker Poo promotion with named Cool Juan. Shouts out Cool. We would go up to LA to see Truly Odd. He was the producer. They were one group back in the day. I forget the name of it. I forget the name of the beginning, but then we ended up going into the Fuchsia's Clan. We became the Fuchsia's Clan before there was a Wu-Tang and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
From Under True Souls Exist.
Yep.
I was part of that.
Oh, wow.
Before I started DJing, I would write rhymes and thought I could rhyme. So me wanting to play my part, I went from that to DJing, watching Jam do his thing and watching Truly. It inspired me. So I did what I needed to do to get me two old Technic 1200s
Mm-hmm.
and a new Mark mixer. And I started spending every dollar that I made on vinyl. Once we got the Baby Paul up and running real good, I didn't have to spend no more money on vinyl because we were getting it from everybody and we would promote it.
That's
So I'm
amazing.
getting doubles of everything.
Definitely, definitely. Do you miss 8 tracks? The 8 tracks discs for music?
I'm it's so much about like the old school that I miss. I wouldn't even just say 8 tracks, but the cassettes. You know, I used to get a 120-minute cassette and just be able to go wild for a long period of time. Nowadays, you know, you have to save it on the computer, and then you have to, if the computer crashes, you lose it, and it's gone for good.
Mm-hmm.
With the cassettes and the 8-track, as long as you replace or fix take a little piece of tape. If it pop, put a little piece of tape right there, the clear tape.
Yep.
You keep going. You keep
Yes.
going.
There's a
So,
vinyl store in Haverhill, Massachusetts. If anybody's looking for vinyl, they just opened their store back up. They have vinyl records, a whole bunch of them. So if anybody's looking, it's in Haverhill, Massachusetts. I think it's Record Store on River Street. So if anybody's looking, you know, if you need records, and they're real cheap over there too. So
well, I'm gonna go back. Actually, I'm going back to the Technic 1200s. So that's what I
oh,
will
okay.
be doing. I will be doing that. As I got older in age, I didn't want to have to pack the 212s and the mixer and all that. So I
Yeah.
got the board and started learning how to use the new Mark
Right, right,
in
right.
7.
Okay,
But
okay, definitely.
I used
Would
to
you build?
have a room full of vinyl. I mean, from the floor to the ceiling, crates,
Yeah, yeah.
crates.
Crates everywhere. When you walk in, crates there. Like, oh my gosh. Trust me, my kid's father, his dad was a professional DJ, and he used to be in New York, and he used to have crates of
Mhm.
vinyl CD, vinyl records everywhere. And I'd be like, damn, I never seen that. He was actually, I seen it, but not like been around it, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And I salute to any DJ that is still rocking the vinyl. Keep it going. And if you look back at the stores, you know how the generation changes, like neon colors, splash paint, you know, they change every like 10 years. And if you start looking at the stores, they're bringing vinyl record players back. I've been seeing it. I've seen it at Walmart and I've seen it at Target. It's about this big, like a little suitcase.
Mhm.
And it plays records. So check it out. Bring it back, guys, so we can have it old school. I'm for the old school when you DJing, you're scratching the vinyl. I love that. I feel that. I love that. And when they run it back, and oh my gosh, I love that type of DJing. I love it. My old DJ, shout out to DJ TKO. He's one of those scratchers. He brings the records, and oh my gosh, he does it. He does it really good. And salute to all the DJs. Salute to you that you do it too, because I've been watching you, and I see you be running it back and stuff, and you know that's hard to do, but I salute you because you're not switching to the new generation record. How do you say it?
The pushing the button and the echoing
Yeah,
sounds.
DJing. No, that's not a DJ. What's up, JC? That's not my type of DJing. So that's why I salute you, and I was looking forward to doing this interview because I see how you do your DJing. And are you interested? I got DJ Big Styles from North Carolina, and myself are hosting a big mixtape that's international. Would you want to mix? Would you want to be a part of that mixtape, hosting it?
Anything involving you and DJ Big Styles. Shout out, salute, DJ Salute, Big Styles. I want to be involved.
All right, cool. All right, King. So I definitely keep you updated. We're just starting to put it's all my artists' beats, and we're just getting all the music back from all the artists. So once I get that, I'll keep you updated. We got two names me and my artists are going back and forth with. I want something, we both agree on it, but they're both two good names, so it's like we keep flip-flopping, but it's gonna come to us because I'm the type that once it comes to me like that more than the other, we're gonna go with that. So as soon as I get all the music, because I'm trying to listen to the music, we got an artist from Jamaica. Shout out to Y King. He's in Jamaica, and he got 2 tracks on that mixtape. I'm telling you, he is fire. When I say fire, straight from Jamaica, the music is off the chain, like with the accent, speaking Jamaican on there. Oh, you're gonna love it. Trust me, you're gonna feel it. And I got a couple of other artists. That's why I asked you if you had any artists in Mexico that would want to be on the mixtape, because I would like to have one more international artist to get on this mixtape. I reached out to a couple of them, but I haven't heard back, and you know, time is ticking, so I want to have this mixtape come out this summer. I was hoping for June, but it might be July, to be honest, like a 4th of July timing. So I'll keep you updated. I appreciate you, so I'll stop promoting you. Send me a picture so I can start promoting you. If you have a picture of you like when you're DJing, so I can add that to the promo.
I will definitely do that. I'm gonna reach out to the people in Cali too, because we do have brothers out there that's doing things, Latin brothers that's doing things. Shout out Lou. I'll reach out to them to see if they could find someone that's suitable for the
cool, definitely. So what if you find the artist, even like in UK or Germany, anything, any artists that are tuning in, if you want to be on this mixtape, inbox us, and you let me know if you find the artist that wants to be on it, and then I'll give you the website. They have to go pick a beat from that website. I won't they won't be charged on it because I'm trying to get one more I would like one more international artist on there. Okay. But the beats do go for 200. Anybody else that is interested to purchase it for your own project, but you know, it's the beats are fire. So salute to Colombian Dragon, my artist. He's doing his thing. So I look forward to having you on this mixtape. That's gonna be awesome. I was gonna reach out to you. I was like, nah, his interview's coming up. And I see that you rock with DJ Big Styles from North Carolina. So I was like, oh, that would be a good combo. And you know, you guys do your own thing, and then I'm just gonna do some drops on it. And then you guys do whatever you guys want to do as a DJ. I'm not really picky. I'll give you guys the lineup, and how you guys think it would be to drop them in and what order to go. That's on you. I'm not picky on that.
We plugged in for life, Queen.
Okay, King, I got you. I definitely salute.
I would definitely want to get like the feedback from you if you want the whole songs to play, if you don't want the whole songs to play, if you just want one verse and the hook, different things of that nature. And then myself, I go by the BPMs.
Okay.
You know, if
But
it's something.
this mixtape is for all the songs to be played, because it's going to be on all platforms. This mixtape is going on to all platforms. My producer's putting it on all platforms.
Okay, so to me, I would line them up by BPMs, you know, from if it's 84, then anything that's 84 on up, go up from 84 all the way into 92, whatever it is, whatever the BPMs is, then I'm gonna run it.
So whatever you guys like think, like what song will go first to what. I think it's 10 artists or 9, and that's why I want 10. I like to be even on the numbers. But like I said, that Jamaican artist, oh my gosh, when you hear him, wow. Like when I used to co-host on Freestyle Fridays, he came on there the first day, and that we had California, we had him, and we had somebody else, but he killed it. Then he came back the following week. Yo, he went in for an hour and a half on Freestyle Friday, straight, no beat, nothing, and he killed it. Just kept going, rapping, and it wasn't no gibberish or anything like that. This was rapping, and you could feel his pain. That's why I know his music is natural. Like you could feel like what he was rapping. You could feel it inside your heart. Like I feel like he's the new Bob Marley, the new generation. That's how I feel.
Well, see, in the music, you can definitely hear people, as you say, pain, but it's also hunger. It's a hunger.
What?
It's a hunger.
Yes.
You know, and that's really what it is. People that really, truly perfect the craft, they stay hungry.
Yes.
And there's never, you know, a perfection of it. You just keep feeding your soul. You just keep feeding it. And it never runs out.
Right.
That's the artist that I'm looking to work with, because that's how I am. No matter how old I am, like I told brothers when I first started this, like I'm gonna be on the cane, still getting up on these turntables, doing my thing. The light never dies out.
Right. It's true. That this artist is incredible. I gave him 2 beats. First, I gave him 1 beat, and I sent it to him. He sent it back to me in like 4 hours, completed. I was like, whoa. Then I talked to my producer. I was like, I know that, you know, your beats go for 200. But you know, Jamaica, it's hard to come like to get $200. And I'm not dissing anybody or anything. I know how it is in different countries. You know what I'm saying? So I talked to my producer. He's like, give him another one. I was like, yeah. And he's like, yep, let him pick another one. Yo, he picked it. He sent it back to me last night. It was better than the first song, and he rocked it. When I say rocked it, what? The track is crazy, and you feel it like there's a line he says, and I brought tears to my eyes because I could feel his pain. So when you hear it, you're gonna be like, whoa. And I even told my artist, I was like, yo, you want to give him another one if we can't find another artist to complete the 10? He's like, yeah. When he heard it today, he's like, yo, this is fire. And I'm like, I told you. And this mixtape is full of fire artists. Salute to Colombian Dragon. The beats are off the chain, and it's groundbreakerent.com. Anybody that's looking for beats, we actually starting today. We have 2 beats for $175. So anybody now until Easter. So anybody that's looking, groundbreakerent, one word.com, go check them out. Write down the beat names because they're only 30 seconds on there, so the beat doesn't get stolen. And then inbox me. As soon as we receive the payment, we'll send you the full track. And trust me, anybody that wants to get on this mixtape, you want to get on it. You don't want to wait. We got someone from Ohio on there. I mean, we're everywhere. Like, I'm telling you, you're gonna love it. Like, you're gonna love it.
I seen you share it. So ask the brothers if it's okay if I, you know, join on and share it as well, like, to get the name out there, you know, a little bit more.
What the
Groundbreakers.
Oh yeah, you can share that. That's all public. Yeah, share it. I'm gonna do another post actually after we get off, because today's the first day of that special for the beat because they were 200. But today until Easter we're doing a special. I like to try. Last year I did a special. I would do raffles once a month. One was the holidays to give Iccy shirts free. I did that all last year. But I like to be different every year. So this year, I told my artists, I said, let's do specials on your beats every month. When it's a holiday, you know, that's when it will start. But so we did that at Christmas time. You know, I try to feel for the people. I feel for the artists. So at Christmas time, we had buy one get one free for the beats. New Year's we did 2 beats for $2.50. And then we just had one last month until St. Patrick's Day. It was 2 beats for $200. So now we got a special until Easter, 2 for $175. So every holiday it's gonna change. You know, I can't tell you what it is, but as of right now, today's the first day until Easter, 2 beats for $175.
Okay. I want to
beats
promote
for
that.
you to own. It's not beats for you to lease. And that's why I keep stressing to artists too, because you know artists want to turn around and they want to lease beats, or they want to buy beats that aren't even theirs, so they can't put it on YouTube, they can't put it on SoundCloud, they can't put it anything because it's someone else's beat. So why waste that 30, 40, 50, $60 when you can own your own beats? You know what I'm saying?
So it sounds like that really one thing, and I think I spoke to you about this once before, like a B-boy summit where we can educate
Yes.
the artists, the MCs and everything on their royalties and the different things of grabbing these beats and trying to just spit over them, and you will never own rights to them.
Right, they don't.
It's easier for you to invest in yourself.
Yes.
By purchasing a beat.
Yes,
Put
100%.
your lyrics on it.
Yep.
So I would like to get together with whoever and try to put something together to generalize just that alone.
Yeah.
So the young MCs will understand what it is. Because
Yeah,
you're losing it.
I tried to tell them. They want to do it. No, this is the way I'm like, but you're not going to be able to do anything with that song. So
No.
keep spending your 40, 50, $60 on a beat that you're not even going to be able to own. And I even say, like, I say my producer can make that beat. Like, for instance, I had an artist that liked a Pop Smoke song. And I say, well, my producer can make a beat like that, but change it up so you can own the beat. They said, no, I want it like this. And I said, okay, well, you're not going to be able to do anything with that beat. And, you know, they were pissed off at me. They called me and said, I'm sorry, Queen. I should have listened to you. I can't do anything with that beat. And then now my producer's too busy. He can't sit there and make a homemade beat in the way you want it, because we're working on this mixtape now, you know? And it's like, I try to teach artists. I'm not the type that, like, you know, I'm eating off of you. No, my producer does the hard work, sitting there with the keyboard, sitting where it goes, putting where it goes. You know, it takes time, just like a DJ. A DJ
Yes.
lining up the songs, lining this up, lining that up. You know, it takes time. That's why you got to pay these DJs when they're hosting your I mean, they're doing the clubs, they're doing your baby showers, they're doing you know, whatever they can. Like I have an event on June 2nd for Iccy Showw. It'll be 4 years. And I asked a DJ, you want to do DJing for like 2 hours? I have an artist that's coming up from Louisiana and an artist from Cali coming in. And you know what they said? $500. I said, $500? Are you crazy? I said, first of all, this is like an anniversary party for the Iccy Showw. I'm providing lunch for everybody. And you have 2 major big artists, so it'll be a good look on you. And this DJ, no disrespect, this DJ is not even known around. You know what I'm saying? So it's like people, they really gotta, you know, how do you say it? You gotta go with the flow and take it how it goes. You know what I'm saying? Like they just go for the higher instead of work with the person.
We used to call it paying your dues.
Yes.
That's what it used to be called back in the day. So now, if you need a DJ to do the Iccy Show, you don't need to look no farther. Just tell me what you need, where you need me, when you need me. We'll work on getting there. No money needed after that.
All right, cool. I appreciate that. Thank you, King. I appreciate that.
That's how we're supposed to work. And in order for the youngsters to get that, once again, you have to show them that.
Right.
Other than that, like, they're gonna keep going along with what they see on the videos and what, you know, the technology is teaching them, man, and what they're hearing from these other cats out here.
Yes. Do you do recording too? Do you film?
It's been a while. I'm in a video, 2 or 3 videos that we did out in California that I did with Kuwan.
Okay.
So I mean, I've done that. I've done a little bit of work in modeling out in LA as well, with this label called what was it, Label Whore?
Okay.
A clothing line, and they had a commercial that I was in. So I've done a little bit of splash of this and that, but nothing real serious.
Okay, okay. Well, this mixtape that you're doing, this is gonna be international. This is gonna be the best project you work on, especially having 2 great DJs around the world. We got you and DJ Big Style. So you from Texas, him from North Carolina, and entwined together. I know it's gonna be off the chain. So I look forward to having you on my. As soon as we get off of this, I'm gonna contact my artist and let him know. He's gonna be ecstatic. I know that. So do you have him on your Facebook? Jesse Colombian Dragon, I think it is, on Facebook.
I don't think I do.
Okay, I'm gonna send you his name on it, and then so you guys can be friends on Facebook. And then I'm gonna do the post, and I'm gonna tag you in it for the beat website.
And I'll start sharing it. I follow you, like, anything that you post, I follow you that much. After like meeting you the first time, us talking, I'm with you. Peace.
All right, cool.
For real.
I appreciate you. Definitely, King. Salute, definitely, 1000%.
Yes,
let them know where they can find you. Let them know where they could book you and all your information.
On Instagram, I am under DJ Asiatic. That's DJ ASIATIK. And for your educational purpose, that is the original man. Okay. On Facebook, you can get me at Bobbin Sightless. BOBBIN SIGHTEGHTLES. Bobbin Sightless. And the meaning of that is I bob to the music, but I'm sightless. Like, I'm totally blind in my right eye, 20% vision in my left eye. So regardless of being blind, you can still bob.
Wow, that's crazy. That's
so
amazing.
You bob to the music. That's Asiatic. Don't let nothing ever stop you.
Wow, that's amazing that you have that gift to still, do what you do. That's amazing. That's like my producer. He's in a wheelchair. So, no one wanted to give him the opportunity and manage him. So when I met him, I was like, I'm going to manage him. I listened to one beat. He played it for me. I'm like, I'm going to manage him. And I've been with him. This is our 3rd year together. And it's crazy because I seen he sent me a video yesterday, and they're teaching him how to walk. They said he would never be able to walk, and he was walking with the crutches. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you're running in the video. And I cried, like, because when I first met him, like, trust me, we when I worked at the TV station, he came for an interview. I gave him his first interview on television. No one wanted to give him one, and I gave it to him when I was a host. And we had to go down. There was no elevator because it was old Mills building, and he had to go down these stairs. Now think about it, with the wheelchair, with me. Thank God for Farrah Bacon, who was the host, and I was the co-host that night. He helped me. So, he's not that big, my artist, but going down the steep stairs, I thought we were gonna tumble. I'm like, please God, please. The whole way I'm sweating going down like these 30 stairs. He's like holding on, and thank God we made it down. But I was amazed because he never did that, and like I forced him to do that. And now when he sent me that video yesterday, I was amazed how, you know, God is working with him. And I salute to you. I never knew that that was why you got your name. And I told you by your interview, I will learn how to say it. Remember? I said, I'm going to
Yes.
learn how to say it.
You did tell me that too. You
Yes.
did
So
tell me
I
that.
learned how to say it. And, you know, sometimes names are confusing for me. I don't know. It's like I go through so many names that, like, you know, pronouncing it, sometimes I mess up, but no disrespect to anyone when I do it. It just, I try my best. So I appreciate you. And is there any shout outs you would like to give to anybody?
I definitely like to give a shout out to my second to none DJ partners, Ronnie Cash, DJ Clean, DJ Doc, and I saved the best for last, which is my true friend, DJ Nonstop. When I first got to Akron, like I said, nobody really wanted to give me a chance. But this brother came into a club that I was DJing in, and ever since then we've been partners. It's been NSA all day.
Amen.
Major shout out, my mother, Mrs.
Mhm.
Stella O'Neill.
Salute.
I thank you for showing me the path. You know, with your hard work, it instilled it in me to never quit, never give up.
Definitely,
My
definitely.
brothers, my brothers, Lewis Murphy, Emmett Murphy, Sherrick Murphy, my one sister, Sharon, and my nephew, Sherry.
Definitely. Amen.
My three boys, um, Elijah, which goes by Infamous Ali. Please check out his music. Please check
Salute.
out his music. Asiatic, which is my second child, and Abijah, which is my third.
Hmm. Definitely. I know some artists is in you're in Akron, Ohio, you said?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so there's a she goes by Kita. I don't know if you watched the interview I did, her son, she's managing her son, and they're in Akron, Ohio, and they're doing some big things. So I'm gonna send her your info, and then I'm gonna let her know if she needs a DJ to link with you, because you guys
Yes,
are
ma'am.
all in the same area. So I know that they're planning a tour very soon to share. So I'm gonna let her I'm gonna send her your information and let her know to link with you if they need a DJ. I'm not too sure if they already got a DJ. They might, but I'm not too sure. So I'm gonna send that information. And oh, who else is in Akron? Oh, Sunny. Um um Sunny, he's in Akron, Ohio too, but I don't know. He be all over the place. I'm not too sure if he needs a DJ, but I'm gonna send a couple of people your way. If they need you, you know, let them know your price. I don't, you know what I'm saying? And I'll keep you in the loop. If they say, oh yeah, I'm gonna call him, I'll let you know ahead of time that this person's gonna be reaching out. I like to tell people when I refer someone, because a lot of people use my name, and then I'd be like, I never referred that person, I never sent that person. So that's why I like to let the person know if I'm referring you to somebody on there, letting them know about you. You know what I'm saying?
That's kind of how I was gonna suggest it too, because I don't just take calls from like any and everybody.
Hmm.
So if they mention that, you know, J JC Brown Center, Jackie Brown, okay, you official. But
Yes.
other than that, like at the age that I'm at right now, I just want to be at peace.
Right. I understand that 100%. Trust me, I understand. We work too hard. You know, we pay too much
Yes,
rent. We spend so much money to survive in right now. So it's like gas is crazy. It's like 5.75 or something like that paid.
out the roof, out the roof.
Crazy. Now we need a stimulus check for the amount of gas we be paying.
Well, now we got to
food
look out.
food went up 30% from last year.
That's what I was about to say. We got to look out for the shortages on that, like the wheat and different things of that nature.
Yeah.
Because
Chicken
the,
doesn't even look normal anymore. Have you noticed that? No disrespect, but I'm sorry. Chicken does not look normal at the supermarkets anymore. I get skeeved out looking at the meat. I used to be the one to be like, get a whole bunch of meat, freeze it up, put it in the package. But now I'm like, ew, I don't even want to cook this.
I've been on like kind of like a vegetarian kick. Like my queen knows where to get these vegetarian sausages and things of that nature.
Yeah.
So I shared recently on Facebook something that I did, like those Polish boys,
Mm.
but it was vegan sausages with the sauerkraut and a little bit of brown sugar. Put a
Oh.
little coleslaw with the sauerkraut.
Mm-hmm.
Munch up.
Yeah,
I
definitely,
think that's what.
definitely. Have a little roll with it to go in it. What? So
Hmm.
delicious. I know what you're talking about. I know a couple of people that are vegetarian and they made me some good food actually. I love vegetables. I'm a vegetable person. Like when I cook dinner, I have to make sure there's two vegetables with whatever I cook, no matter what it is. People my kids used to give me a hard time, but now they're like, "Mom, no vegetables?" Like, "Oh, they're coming." But
Well, I
it's
grew up on that. Okra and everything else. And my grandmother, she used to make this one dish with squash, and she used to call it Kush. But she would make the squash and then sweeten it, and
yum.
it was like a dessert, a little crust
Yeah.
at the bottom of it. Yeah, I
Oh,
love vegetables.
sounds delicious. Tune in this Saturday. I'm making banana cream pie for one of the meals on the my cooking show.
Okay, I'm gonna have to share a little recipe with you too, called sweet tomato dumplings.
Yeah, yeah.
You ever heard of that?
Yeah, I actually have. I know some of that they're Asian, they make that.
Banging, banging. The tomatoes taste like the peaches, man, and it'd be off the chain.
Mm.
Mommy taught me how to cook too, so like that's one thing. Like when you was talking about the cooking show, I'm like, yeah, okay, I cook too, Mom. I cook too.
Oh, okay. You know, it's
I get
crazy. I just found out 2 years ago tomatoes were a fruit.
yes,
I thought tomatoes were a vegetable. It's
fruit.
not. You learn something every day. You're never too old to learn something. That's what
No
the
man.
point is.
School. We graduated at 12, but school don't stop.
Yeah, facts.
It's every day.
It's it's true. I appreciate you, DJ Bobbin, Sightless from Texas to Boston 617. Salute, King. Much
Salute,
respect, and
Queen.
I look forward to having you on the mixtape. Is there anything else you would like to bring up that we didn't bring up?
I think we hit a little bit of everything. I know that a lot of stuff is not going to be understood, especially by the youngsters.
Mhm.
Once again, all I can say is be a living example, and that's what I'm gonna be.
Facts.
Enough talking, more action.
Yep, it's true, definitely. And for the OGs, we got to teach the young ones. We got to be their teacher, and that's important. And also, the Iccy Show is going to be doing something in September. Stop the violence in the streets. Salute to Miss BK from Brooklyn. She's in charge of it. It's her foundation. Her son was killed a couple years ago, and that's her foundation. So it's international. So I'll be representing Boston. So anybody that wants to take part of that, any DJs, anything, link with me.
I'm there. I want to be part of it.
Okay, definitely. All right, cool. So it's gonna be the first or the second Saturday in September. And I'll keep you updated. As soon as I get the contract, I will let you know. I gotta go get the permits. She wants to have it at a park. That's the recommendation she requested. And for the kids to be there, and I got this great park. It's in Haverhill, Massachusetts, and it's like a half shell with the stages, and then they have a kids park, and then there's benches around. I'm trying to get someone that has a blow up bouncy house for the children. That's what anybody that has one, inbox me please. I'm looking for that. And yes, it's gonna be a good time. I have some X game bangers that are gonna talk. There's gonna be performances. There's gonna be people that lost their children to gun violence that are gonna talk. So it's going to be deep and it's going to be great. It's going to be a positive outcome to make a change for the people that are in the streets. And it's going to be I'm doing all the cooking for it. It's going to be a free event for the food. So it's going to be off the chain.
I want to send one more shout and salute out, and it's someone that you would probably want to link in with too. His name is Craig D. Frazier.
Okay.
He's out in I want to say Spanish Harlem or somewhere out that way in New York.
Okay.
He started this magazine called Straight from the Lip.
Oh,
back in the day
salute.
before the Source magazine, Double XL, anything of that nature.
Okay.
Real B-boy.
Okay.
Please reach, if you can, I'm gonna send you his information. Reach out to him because he could help with the Stop the Violence movement.
Okay, yeah, definitely send me his information. I'll request him and tell him I'll be sending him a request.
Got you, Queen.
All right, cool, King. I appreciate you. Much love and respect. This is interview 455 interviews I've done in 3.5 years. We are international. I salute to you, DJ Bobbin Sightless from Texas. Book this man if you need a DJ, artists, if you need him to host your mixtape, club owners, if you need him to be a DJ, and for baby showers, he does everything, and he does travel. So for great prices, inbox him, and I appreciate you. Much love and respect, King, and God bless you and your queen and your children, and stay healthy out there.
Salute, Queen, to the Iccy Show and to Jazz.
Salute everyone that tuned into the Iccy Show. If you want to be a guest on the Iccy Show, inbox your girl, Jackie Brown, with 2 C's, I-E Brown. I'm booked until the middle of July. Is there something else you wanted to say?
We are one.
Yes.
It doesn't have anything to do with race, creed, anything of that nature. We're one. All of us.
Definitely.
Every human being.
Definitely. I appreciate you. Salute, King.
Salute, Queen.
All right. Have a great night, everyone.